Good evening, Chicagoans or future Chicagoans. If you're new to my channel, my name is Darya Lisserman. I'm a longtime Chicago resident and also a Chicago realtor. I'm a residential realtor. I've been a realtor for a little shy of 20 years, and I'm here today to talk to you about why raising kids in Chicago is absolutely fantastic. So I'd like to start the topic by saying that if you ask my child where he wants to live, if he wants to live anywhere but Chicago, he will tell you, no way, Jose. He wants to live in Chicago. It is so much fun for kids here. If you're moving here from a different area and you're worried that you're not going to know anyone, please do not worry. There's so much things to do. You will not be bored. You will not be lonely. It's just going to be, your first year is going to be a packed year. We do so much activities here. We go to the zoo at least once a week. The zoo in Chicago here is free. There's another suburban zoo that is a little bit farther away and it is paid, but in the city of Chicago, in the area of Lincoln Park, the zoo is completely free. All of the beaches are free. The pools for Chicago Park District are all free. So there is indoor pools and outdoor pools. In the winter you can use indoor. In the summer you can use both. That's all free for Chicago residents, and you can go to any pool a different park district has. So that means you don't now have to belong to a certain park district. Chicago Park District is one big park district, so you can use any pools that they have available. There's a bunch of splash pads for kids. The museums are absolutely sensational. We have the Nature Museum, the Science and Industry Museum, the Art Institute, the Museum of Modern Art, the Planetarium, Science and Industry. There's another one that I can't think of the name, but the museums are amazing, and most of them are they have passes, yearly passes. So if you live right by that museum, your kid literally goes there at least once or twice a week, and it's so much fun. If you have little kids, they can go to almost every one of these museums have like kids rooms, playrooms. If you have an older kid, he might just want to walk around and look at the exhibits or just a cool scene. The restaurants are absolutely fantastic. There's something for everyone. They're all different nationalities, all different fusions. It's fantastic. The theater, we have theater on the lake, we have theater at Navy Pier, we have Opera House. We have many different theater options if you're a theater buff. We have a bunch of movie theaters. We have a bunch of outdoor staging where they do outdoor stages where they do live concerts. If you're into sports and your kid really loves sports, we have 2 baseball teams, a hockey team, a soccer team, a basketball team. It's pretty fun and packed, and you can go to any one of these games. The theater tickets can definitely be purchased the day of, and if you live in the area, you can just stop in to the Ticketmaster in downtown and see if you can get cheap tickets on that same day. It's absolutely lovely. The shopping is amazing. You have every possible boutique store at your door. A lot of things are walking distance depending on where you live. So that's also super fun. We have year-round pretty much amusements. We have a Navy Pier that has all the rides that any amusement park would have. It's absolutely lovely. In the summer, you can catch a cruise from there. I don't think they run over the winter, but you can catch a cruise if your child loves to be on water. We have multiple places, not just Navy Pier, where you can take a boat ride with your child, and it could be a whole day of that. We have the river walk, which is such a fun place where you walk around, you watch boats, you go out to eat, you rent a canoe. It's you look at different architecture. It's just so, you take a bunch of pictures. It's just so much fun. Every weekend there's a different festival in the summer. In the winter there's fewer festivals, but there are still festivals and different light shows, and super fun. Let's see, you can be, your kid can have as many activities as he can ever imagine. The Chicago Park District has a bunch of wonderful activities for kids, classes that they can take. They're super duper cheap, most of them, and they're fantastic. If your kid does not want to be take the Chicago Park District classes, anything you can think of, any kind of vendor that provides soccer, baseball, tennis, science, music, everything is here, and any class that you would want is definitely available and probably not very far from you. There's a lot of everything. The libraries are fantastic. You can go to any Chicago public library, and there's one in every single neighborhood. Neighborhood and people watching is super fun. We have a lot of wonderful parks, very big ones. One of our biggest parks are the Millennium Park, which is absolutely the most gorgeous thing you can think of. It has like huge playgrounds, multiple playgrounds. It's got climbing walls. It's got, I believe there's also like a golfing range, a skate park. In the winter there's like 2 ice skating rings. Super duper fun. There's a bunch of concerts there. We also have a huge park called Lincoln Park, which is right by our lake, and it's just a very large park that has lots of greenery and different playgrounds in different sections of it. It connects basically Chicago East neighborhoods by like a really long bike path, walking path, that is absolutely stunning. It's along Lakeshore Drive, and it's between Lakeshore Drive, and it's between, right after Lakeshore Drive. It's between, I guess, Lakeshore Drive and the beach. We have multiple bike paths like this. Some are through forest preserves, other through urban, others that were created like an urban setting, which is full of like cool artsy buildings that you can watch and people watch and little restaurants. It's really a wonderful scene. If you're worried about your kid being able to ride their bike on their own and stuff like this, you can be in a neighborhood that has a bunch of kids that just ride their bikes by themselves. That does exist here. It exists in more like a neighborhood setting, like a Lincoln Park or Roscoe Village or North Center, and also other neighborhoods where they have a lot of housing and the kids just ride their bikes, or they ride their bikes around the parks. That definitely still happens in an urban setting. You do not need to live in the suburbs in order to have your kid ride their bike around the neighborhood. If you want your kid to be in a building with lots of amenities, that's amazing. The kids love it. There's pools usually in these buildings in high rises that the kids take advantage, and they just go nuts. They love it. They run around the sun decks that are usually huge at these high rises. So there's a lot of kids in the urban part of Chicago, and they do grow up really loving it. There's just packed things to do that sometimes even in the weekend you think, oh my God, there's so many options. I don't know what to do. The other thing that's important just to say is that you do not have to have a lot of money to do these activities. Chicago has a bunch of free concerts, a bunch of free events that happens all the time. We have amazing parades. It's just so much fun. And if you are moving to Chicago, definitely subscribe to different event pages, and you will be getting emails, and you're going to be thinking like, oh my goodness, there's so much to do. I just don't have the time. So I hope you have a good evening. This is all I had to say about raising your kids in Chicago and also moving to Chicago with kids. If you would like to contact me and talk more about that, please look at my contacts below under comments.